short Dead by Daylight review. Again, anybody tuning in, this is just a very short go over, hopefully less than like 15-30 minutes. Review, clean up the creations forum, essentially. There's nothing big or any content worthy material at the moment. I just figure I would get on and make a couple of comments, look at a couple posts, and send it. Now, this is just a comment on the realm, the AI generated art. That's just another comment on that, so I'm not going to jump into that. First post, new Dbd competitive community created by me and some friends. Dbd-CN, Dead by Daylighters can't nut. I don't know. DBDCN would like to invite everyone to join our new DBD Comp Community Discord server. Our permalink is blah. We have made this server to involve more of the community and their wishes, in hopes to be the best. We have tons more options for the members, including things like 1v1 tournaments. Okay, with prizes weekly. I don't know how you're supposed to have a 1v1 tournament. I don't know how you would set that up and make it fair in any aspect. Because if it's like a one killer versus one survivor, that's obviously not fair. If it's one killer in a group of survivors, then another killer in a group of survivors, that's not fair either. Even if it's the same killers with the same group of survivors throughout in the same map. The first time that particular group of survivors plays, they're going to have general knowledge, warm up, things like that, where they're incorporated into the map that they probably played 1,000 times. The second time they play that map, they'll have all the good routes and everything and things that generally work. Plus, they'll have that impression of the last killers on them. And if it's two different types of groups of survivors, let's say all iridescent, then yeah, they cover the same rate, but they are rank, but they don't necessarily carry the same skill. Like SSL, for example, you have your regular SSLs, then you have your pros that are in SSL as well. Same with GCs, you have GC 1, 2, and 3, Rocket League wise. I don't know how you're going to manage to get a fair 1v1 tournament, incorporate a prize, and keep it fair. And the prizes probably ain't going to be too spectacular. Again, this is a post on the forum, so I'm going to ask the same things that I ask every time. When you write out something like this and you want to advertise things like this, you should really use the tools that are available in the actual form to make your advertisement look professional, worthwhile, make people want to actually consider joining your community. Whoever did advertisements for this and wrote all of this down looks like a generic just raffle. Or you're going to like a small, like little community bingo thing in a small country where everybody knows each other, or a country, town. I was gonna say county, but town that everybody knows each other. There wasn't a lot of thought put into this. And we want to see a lot more detail. I want to know a lot more detail about your particular community before I decide to join. didn't post any, because I mean, you're already breaking terms of service, so you might as well go all the way and post videos of previous content, or at least links to videos of previous content, previous, things that you've done. You gotta have that introduction, you have to keep it strong, you know? Yeah, 1v1 tournaments with prizes weekly. What kind of prizes? Because if I get all of this done and I end up getting, go through 1v1 tournament, I win the 1v1 tournament, and everybody's like, oh, here's a $5 gift card to Netflix or some shit. I just realized that I just wasted a lot of time. But if it's a 1v tournament and the prize is like, $500 or something like that, then that's a different story. It's worth the time to actually commit. If I want to watch tournaments and things like that, you need to post whether or not, you stream your tournaments, where they can be found. And like I said, previous tournaments, things like that, so I can check it out to see if it's worth stopping by. I'm going to assume this is something that you guys just started on a whim and haven't had open for long because there's only one post on it on the particular community. And I'm surprised Mandy Talks hadn't clapped this post and either warned or banned this account because this violates TOS a lot. There's a place on the forums to where you can post things like this, and it's not in the creations part. Anyway, DBDCN. Don't know what DBDCN stands for. You just say this is our DBD comp community. DB, or the CN part of the DBD, could be anything. This could be something, prejudice. This could be something racist. It could just stand for, competitive nation or competition now. It could stand for anything. Also, when you put this up, the DBD-CN, you really want to use the tools of the server to create a particular heading, put the actual name of the community and all of that. Set everything up professionally, make it look nice. If you're giving out price estimates, which I see down there, of $150, you would have thought that you'd have been able to afford to pay somebody to either make a website for you that you can link to that has all the information, or to write a post professionally for you. Is where I'm coming from. If you have the money to give away prizes and things like that, then you should have the money to make your stuff look like, it's a worthwhile following. This ain't it, Chief. We're looking for something a lot better. They already have esports and things like that, Dead by Daylight wise, which I guess you guys aren't even aware of. They do play DBD competitively, and there already are communities that are well known that are linked with esports and things like that that have decent prizes. And you're essentially trying to copy that sort of thing, but have lower prizes and things like that. So you're already on the underdog side of things. I'm not going to say the downslope, but you're on the underdog side of things, and you're really going to need to push to pull people into your particular community. Also, another thing that I am noticing is there's nothing here that posts anything about ranks or anything like that. Because me personally, if I don't know what type of community I'm joining, for one, except for it's just a competitive community, if I don't know the community and I don't know the ranks, I don't know all the informations, I'm not even going to check it out. That's just me personally. Some people will check this out and be like, man, I've been looking for more people to play with, or I'm tired of plebs, I need people to matchmake with, and they'll jump in and see what you got to offer. And then they'll either be impressed and stay, or they'll be like, nah, that's not it, bro, and they'll move on. Plus, whenever you post something, you're always going to get trolls and things like that join the community and only want to watch things burn. But back to my main topic, the basic thing that I'm harping about in this particular situation is if you got the money to give $150 prizes and things like that, at least make your post look like the post, the community, and everything else is paid for and ran efficiently. Not well met. That's really not. Skip a tournament, pay $150 to an editor to come in and make this, either create you a web page that you can link all of this crap to that looks professional, or come back in and edit this post or create a new post that actually demonstrates, it shows that your community's effective, efficient, and actually fun to be part of. I do reviews for a living, and this is on the sadder side of things. This is probably one of the members or something just kind of BS posting in the forum when he was making this. Probably was like, well, people aren't going to really see this, so I'm not going to put a lot of effort into it. And, yeah, whoever it pulls, it pulls. Instead of, hey, having that positive mindset, If I can pull everybody from this server, that's going to be, 200 or so, new members. Maybe I can get comments, I can get the word spread out. I can grow my network, have people that do things spread the word to other Discord servers and their servers, and really start, to build up something. So I would recommend taking this post down and or changing it and making it actually look worthwhile and make it look like you spent more than 5 minutes on it. Not very impressive. Hello, Galanonim. And he says, we have made this server to involve more of the community and their wishes. What wishes? What is more of the community and what is their wishes? In hopes to be the best, we have tons of more options for the members including things like, but what are their wishes? You literally just made a statement and then you didn't even back that statement up. You just went to the next subject. We made this server to involve more of the community and their wishes. Let's start with your first statement that you made that you didn't even follow up on. Are you lying? Are you just fluffing the sentence? What's going on with this particular post? Then, in hopes to be the best. It makes no sense. Why make a statement if you're not going to cover your statement? Then you skip and go, we have tons more options for the members involved, including things like 1v1 tournaments with prizes weekly. Again, you mentioned a $150 tournament prize in a 1v4, but what's the tournament prize for the 1v1 tournaments? You said they're weekly, so somebody has to fund this, which means, money's gonna have to keep flowing in back to back to back to back. Do you have sponsors covering this? Are you paying for it out of pocket? Is there an entry fee? Which generally that's how most tournaments are funded, is they have entry fees of like $5 a team or a person. And then at the end they break down the prize money of the entry fees to pay each individual team their prize, and then whatever's left over they put towards future projects, improving themselves. Some people are corrupt and they just pocket the money. But it is what it is. As long as you're putting out the content, any extra money is what it is. But these prizes that you're giving away weekly, if you're hosting a 1v4 tournament with an estimate of $150 in prize, then I'm going to assume the 1v1 tournament is going to be significantly less, and it's really not going to be worth chipping in. There's nothing there. Tons of roles, including even character mains. It's Discord. Of course, you're going to have tons of roles in a community. That's just Discord. Specific scrims roles. If you're having any type of competitive Discord community, that's to be expected. Channels for ESP, SA, FR, etc., etc. Again, you're just stating things that every other Discord channel that wants to hopefully grow big and has to deal with games in particular or a competitive atmosphere has. That's not anything new. You're fluffing. So what I'm assuming at this point is you actually have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not a lot of members, not a lot of anything. You have these 1v1 tournaments, probably with just between friends for clout. There really aren't any prizes per se put into that, because one of you usually win and you're just kind of like, yeah, cool. You didn't post any videos. You didn't post any proof of past tournaments. You never posted anything and no additional information, things like this. As of now, only thing I can assume is this is a Discord with friends that you want to grow big, or this is the beginning of a scam that you're going to start taking money in for entry fees, pocketing the extra money, and then giving out a prize. Which you'll eventually be called out on if that's the case, and things will be sent. Soon, hosting a 1v4 tournament with an estimate of $150 prize. What is soon? Soon doesn't tell me anything. Soon can be tomorrow. It can be next week. It can be in a couple of months. It could be anything. What is soon? You need information. Because most people will join the tournament, and if there's, you got to pay $5 to get in the tournament. They'll give you the middle finger and they will just immediately walk away. Or some will join, play in the tournament whenever you offer a decent sized cash pile for the tournament. And then that's the only time you'll see them or hear from them. And they won't be involved in the community at all. And all the basics you'd find in other Scrim Discords. You already listed most of the basics in other Scrim Discords up top when you were fluffing, but more unique for the community. Explain this uniqueness for the community. Come check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. Okay, what are we advertising for used cars now? I guarantee you I'd be very disappointed if I joined. If you have any questions, you can PM me on Discord. And he put his personal thing. You do not ever want to put a personal account down like that in a forum. Anybody that trolls will pick up your name and they will spam you with bots. They will spam you with all kinds of other things and they will absolutely ruin you. This community is good for the most part about, not picking up trolls and things like that, but there's no telling how many other places they've posted this same thing, copy pasted. You copy and paste that in the wrong place, like on Reddit or something like that, and you're done, son. You are going to be flooded with bots and everything else. So what I'm getting from this is a competitive community. And by competitive, they're just a bunch of jokesters and friends that play together, that want more people to play with. They hold 1v1 tournaments with prizes, but nobody knows what the prize is, and they're thinking about going bigger and having a $150 prize. soon. Because it says the word soon, it doesn't, this means that they do not host tournaments all the time. This is a new thing that's popping up. And they're trying to use this $150 prize tournament to draw people in. Oh, if we post money in our particular post, a lot of people will join. Yeah, some people will join and try to pick up easy cash. Because, they're good at the game, etc., etc. But guess what? As soon as the cash goes away, they're going away too. So you'll get an influx of members, and then you'll have a bunch of either inactive accounts or they'll just straight up leave if you guys are always posting alerts and things like that. They may just straight up leave your server afterwards and just check back whenever there's more money that they can potentially win. You're not coming at people honestly here. This is a used car advertisement. Again, you got $150 to throw away in prizes. Spend some of that money. Give it a $100 prize. Take $50 and have them fix this trash post. It's not good. It's not good. And like I said, if you're going to violate the terms of service, you might as well go full out and make something super impressive that's going to get a lot of views and a lot of comments quickly before it gets taken down. Because Mandy Talk has been on it. Either way, on to the next. Prestige incentive. This is just somebody commenting on that. I like this, not gonna lie. Of course, it's Lethargic Sauce that comments on that saying he likes that. For each time you prestige a character, you gain a prestige token. You can spend a prestige token and permanently unlock a perk. This perk will then be available at max level on every character you own. Just thinking of some new prestige ideas, as currently there's no point. The point of prestige is the cosmetics you get from it. What do you mean there's no point in prestiging? Cosmetics, and then you get better add-ons in your blood web. Well, better things proc in your blood web. That's the whole thing. Clout, better things. If you say there's no point to prestige, you're absolutely positively crazy. You should be max prestige on whatever your main survivor is. Or you're doing something wrong. You actually got 2 votes up there. As I went over yesterday, the day before, contracts are a thing. Everybody knows. Every killer that they bring in's under contract. Why would they bring in new killers, new survivors, and all of that, and then just have people prestige? And then, bam, they have free perk. Because everybody's just going to go massive prestige crazy till they get all the perks that they want. And then there's no point to play the game anymore, honestly. Once you get all the perks and all the runs and everything else, and you get an iridescent, which is not too terribly hard to do nowadays, then what's the point of continuing to play the game, You've completed everything. That's the only hook they have is, people that don't want to buy everything, you play the game, you get iridescent shards, eventually the Shrine of Secrets has a good roll, and you find a perk that you like that you can pick up, and you get it. Then you find a build that you like, or a character that you like, and then you find the memey kind of fun ones that you can make, and you play the game, you have fun that way. Some people just like getting chased all the time, so they spend the entire time running, loot builds. That's their shiz. They join lobbies just to get chased. Some people like the stealth aspect. They want to see how far they can go without being spotted by a killer, things like that. Trying to avoid use, like deception or something to kind of disappear into the night. That's their shtick. Some people like being Bubba and camping in the basement because they find the thrill of that. Just different play styles for different people, I suppose. But I don't agree with prestiging to just randomly unlock or permanently unlock a perk for every available character. And what's the point of the blood whip? You know? If I can just prestige through it and unlock every perk, bam. What's the point of the ranking system? What's the point of, having to level up, find the particular perk, play the game more, things like that? Instead of asking for something that's already been implemented to give you perks, you should flip the script and ask for either more cosmetics or something like that, prestige wise. Because right now you have bloody clothes. You could have them add in more clothes sets for more clout, more, different items, different weapons, different everything. So you can have just this fully decked out prestige set. Maybe have a custom trail on your killer or survivor, all kinds of other things, fully blinged out, custom weapon, custom eyes, custom everything you get prestige wise. Just to show people that, hey, I'm prestige 10 instead of, third prestige. But, it is what it is, and it be what it be. They aren't too terribly worried about their prestige system. Again, the more prestiges that they add and the more abilities that they add, the better items have to appear in your blood web. That is cored into the game. So if there is a prestige 10, by the time you hit prestige 10, all you're gonna have is, pink, iridescent everything just popping up. The highest level, attachments and things like that. And you're gonna be missing out on a lot of the decently good smaller attachments because sometimes I just want a flashlight with double batteries. But if brown batteries never show up, then, there goes that part of extending that couple of seconds. You can only use the whatever. It's like red, yellow, green battery, whichever one. I think it's green. So I mean, you're actually losing value in having, such high things. Then they're gonna have to invent, or not invent, but make better items and things like that. Now, something that would be cool is every time you prestige, you unlock the ability to rarely find like a prestige med kit on your fourth prestige or a prestige flashlight on your fifth prestige and things like that, and unlock more items that you can rarely find that are just like just straight up gold and just immaculate, like beautiful, just prestige items. But definitely not perks, unless you're gonna go out and make a full prestige perk list that you can unlock. And they're gonna have to be, decent because people are gonna have to strive for them. Even though you can literally, if you're a regular gamer and you don't play the game that often, you can prestige in about 3 days. If you're an avid gamer, you get on every day after work and you play the game, you can prestige about twice in a session. And if you play nothing but Dead by Daylight, I mean, the sky's the limit. Well, I guess if you're just an average gamer, you could probably prestige one every 2 days. Because you're going to find crappy teammates at the beginning and then it'll scale up. But if you play Dead by Daylight every day and that's just your life, you can prestige multiple times. Easy. Easy claps, easy prestiges, all day, every day. Even if finding matches take like 10 to 20 minutes in between, you can easily prestige multiple times. It takes like what, 2 point something million blood points to get to level 50? It's not very much. And there's many codes and points that you can get throughout a game. You can grind points very easy. And then the add-ons and things like that. Barely have the strength to listen to you, and yet I have to study 3 more hours for tomorrow. Tomorrow can join for a little longer. See ya. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you stopping by, but Jesus. That's that. Take care of yourself first, and then, like I said, the streams right now are very dry. I don't even recommend staying and listening to the content nowadays, because I am on the verge of completely dropping Dead by Daylight and going to another game. So right now, content's not important. Come back in like a week or so. I do appreciate you stopping by. And please don't drop yourself to the bone. So today, around about 30 minutes is what I was trying to hit. It was good enough. Went over old posts, went over brand new post about a new competitive community. Already has 8 views. Nobody's replied back. Nobody really pays attention to things like that. Which kind of makes sense. It's not a worthwhile endeavor, especially the people on this particular forum. Because there's not a lot of thought, not a lot of things put into that. It's just kind of an off the wall post that somebody posted for their community. They don't really care whether or not they pick people up. They just figured they'd say something. In this case, saying something is really bad. Sometimes you are in the situation to where it's better to say something than say something nothing at all. But there's also times to where if you're gonna say something, make sure it's worthwhile saying. If not, you're just gonna give your community a bad reputation and nobody's going to really care. And that's what's happened here. Only 8 people seen it so far. He can easily either take this down or go back in and edit it and make it, a worthwhile post. Will he? Probably not. But that's all on him. It's also very ill advised to make the first post that you've ever posted in a creation forum be something about your particular community. It'd be different if you had like SFM modelers and things like that that could actually, model particular killers for people, and coders and programmers that can implement it into the game. And you were like, hey, we're a group of people. If you want your killer in game, we can do it for you for, X amount of money. And then start like a pseudo workshop or something like that and make profit off of people's ideas. But no, your first post is about, hey, don't worry about being on the forum anymore. Come join our community. Our community has tournaments and all this other stuff weekly. You know, low price guarantee. You won't be disappointed. It's like, brah, you literally took a used car commercial that you heard, modeled your particular advertisement for your community after it, and then let it sit. No energy was put into that. in a place to where people actually spend the time to post things, talking, days, if not weeks, into their concepts. And then to get on and see some BS like this that's a couple of sentences long, it's not gonna fly well. Everything I can really say is good luck, and I hope that your server is actually worth checking out, because me personally, I'm not gonna check it out. It's not worth the time. It's really not. You want to blow me away? Use about $50 out of that $100 prize pool and have somebody come to this forum and actually create a decent post. Then we can talk about me making a video over it and, possibly pushing out your community. Because I'm not going to ask for any money or anything like that, because I don't need money for advertisement services and reviews and things like that. I've reviewed a lot of people's works for them that's asked me to. I never ask for anything in return, because that's what I do. I already have a review job that pays me quite well. But I'm not going to advertise or anything like that, something that's lackluster. But anyway, like I said, I want to keep this about 15-30 minutes. We're running up on 40. That's going to be it for today's Dead by Daylight. Not even creation review. I guess it's a creation of a community, so I guess it does fall somewhat under creation reviews. Yeah. Either way, I wish that community luck. Like I said, I hope that they're actually putting out quality content and it's actually a worthwhile endeavor. If anybody does decide to join that community, please let me know if it's worthwhile or not. And maybe I'll go back in and change what I said about the particular community. But like I said, as that advertisement sits now, I'm not even going to bother joining that. Thank anybody for stopping by, and I am QTASTIC, and this is another Scuff by Deadlight Reviews. See you next time.